Now, unfortunately, this appears to be historically accurate from where I'm measuring. Although some of the details may be wrong, there are things that I do not believe that even at a political scale that people just as human beings are not capable of planning or wanting to do. So I take account of that. So here's what I think happened. I think at some point there was a family that wanted political power and wanted to control everything. And their argument was that everybody else is doing wrong, everybody else is immoral, everybody else doesn't do the right thing, they don't know what they're doing, and none of them are innocent. They're all bad people. They all do wrong, right? And the family almost gets away with it. But there's one person, a child, who apparently never does wrong. And in this case, the child is being used as an argument against them. You guys are wrong. We have a child that does not fall into the conditions of what you've stated, therefore you should not be in full power. Now, as a result of confusion, an attempt to negotiate is started. And in the negotiation, it's asked, what makes this child different? Now, in order for them to get a close examination, the child is sent into the close proximity of this family. While in this proximity, the family still has the goal of gaining control over everything. And so, unbeknown to everyone else, their goal is not actually to understand what the difference is. They were told that they cannot have full power because this person has the quality of never doing wrong. And so all they need to establish to break that, to accomplish their goal, is to make this person do wrong. And once that person has that trait, it cancels the trait that prevented them from having power. So while this person, E, decides, but it's just naturally inclined to answer and discover and explore these dilemmas, is sent into, off-field. Let's say, what is that? Whenever you go to like another team stadium, what do you call that? It's not a home field advantage. What do you call that? Whatever. He's sent into their home field, and while there, the family devises this plan. They've been told that this person gets what they want because of a quality of innocence and never doing wrong. They have a child themselves. All the family has to do is pass this trait on or say that their child has this trait more than E does. So, while E is in their proximity, they implode. They create collisions, and E, at that young of an age, cannot answer these problems, confused. This makes him easy to navigate, especially as when he's surrounded, all they have to do is implode in a uniform fashion, a formation, to change what E's doing and what he's thinking. And what that does is it leads E into doing wrong. Now, the family, who had already established that they didn't want to have to listen to anybody, can say, E did wrong, he lost the trait of innocence, our child has innocence. Meaning that even if the older family members participated in this crime, because their younger family member, the child, is still innocent and has the trait that earned E whatever he had that they wanted, that means that the family perceives it as a calculated risk to get rid of the child who has the traits that oppose their desires by defining it more and getting rid of it in that child. How do I say this? I'm going to say it better. So long as they succeed and they remove this child's trait of innocence and bolden the trait of the child that they have connected to their family unit, then they can still receive everything they want through control over this child, through supervision over this child. So I believe that this is what occurred. I believe that at a young age, I had a natural right to things, and that right was challenged by a group who decided to attempt to take those traits from me and pass it on to their child, someone that they could control. But as that child grew older, their supervision became less controlled. Their supervision became less manageable, and thus the child not only lost their traits, but it was hard to explain why they had that level of power at that point. And so it created a lot of implosive collisions that then led to the return of E, which is where we are now. To simplify it, Family's told that they can't have power over a thing because there's somebody who knows better than them. All family needs to do is prove that that person does not know better. They confuse that person until the mistake is made. Once they get that mistake, that person doesn't know better. We do. We have a child that has that same innocence. That child can be used as a sort of, you can't challenge this one. Give him what he wants, and what he wants is for his family to get whatever they want. Boom. Okay, I'm shaking here. All right, whatever. Like I said, I already knew this one was gonna be hard. I know there are some things I'm saying wrong here. Oh shit. Okay, I got this. So, the other video where I posted the little balance that I did, I was being challenged by that same exact family. And while being challenged by that family, I heard one of them literally crying, almost praying to God, saying, please don't let him get it. Please don't let him get it. Please don't let him get it. Which is pretty much them praying to God for me not to succeed. Now, the only reason I bring that up is because if they're all imploding from a distance, and they're all imploding in a uniform fashion to create the exact collisions they need, which, by the way, the more people there are, the more you can actually control direction and direction of logic, pretty much collectively restricting logic so that a person can only go in one direction, and in that direction is a marked X that cancels a trait that's needed to kill them. All right, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself a little bit, but okay. I think I gotta go fight. I think I gotta fight. Hold on.